Any other things you look at when how to pick a stock?
I would say, wow, well, especially in this time, buying companies that generate cash is nice, right? Because
Cash is king.
companies can go bankrupt and they can be profitable, right? Not because you're making profits means you can't
Profit
go
is different
bankrupt.
from cash. Cash
Precisely.
is king.
Exactly. Look at Transjam. That's a cash business. As you pass through that toll, you have to pay your toll. It's cash. That's straight cash to them, right?
In fact,
It's
the
not.
people might not
Oh,
understand. So if you think, okay,
what?
the difference. So say you buy a property, you buy it for 500,000 US, like you're a listed company, and then a valuator says, okay, this company that you bought 1 year ago for 500,000 US, it's now worth 1 million US. So in terms of your profit, you can put that and say, oh, this has increased in price and stuff like that. But the suppose you don't have that property rented, like it is not giving you actual any cash, and you have a bill to pay. Suppose you took a loan to buy that property, and you don't have cash to pay that
Yeah, you
bill.
don't have cash to pay the mortgage. Yeah, the price of the house the value of the property has gone up, but you could just be bankrupt. Meaning you could just not have cash to pay the monthly installments or the mortgage or whatever it is. So companies can be bankrupt and they can definitely still be profitable. So you always should look at cash, right? That cash flow
Difference between
statement.
cash and profit.
A cash flow statement that companies are, there are usually three financial statements that companies put out, right? I always neglect that cash flow statement, but not always. I
I think
neglect
these
it sometimes.
times, especially in these times, with some of the things we've been seeing, people are reminded that companies can go bankrupt. The market is not a joke thing.
Yeah, and it's
Companies
so
can
funny
actually
because
go bankrupt.
it's now when I start actually looking at the cash flow statement. I never really used to look at it before. It's now I'm start looking on the cash flow statement for sure. So, and I mean, you know, you have to be cashy. You have to be generating cash so you can pay people because you have your you know credit. You have employees that need to be paid, right? You know, you have a lot of debt that needs to be serviced. Loans need to be paid. All
Especially
you
in
know,
this
so
time with the interest rates increasing. That was what hit a lot of these companies. The interest rates were
exactly.
increasing. They borrowed money to do something. That thing wasn't generating cash, but their loan cash amount was increasing. And so they
Exactly.
ran out of cash. They couldn't pay off the loans and they had to go
Think about it
bankrupt.
like a mortgage using the same thing. You know, your mortgage has increased monthly, like because interest rates are increasing. So now you have to pay more on the mortgage. And suppose your property isn't being rented out, and you're not making money on it. That put people in a lot of pressure.
Soup,
That put
soup.
pressure. You know, like that put a lot of not just people, it's businesses too, and you can see it. They're publicly traded companies now that are under a lot of pressure because they're not generating cash or they're not generating sufficient cash, I should say. So I would say buy companies that generate cash. And people always say cash is king. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was pretty comprehensive. I think we're approaching the hour mark. But I think currently these are just, we don't want to oversaturate people. These are just a lot of things that we use, a lot of things we've noticed when we're buying stocks that we kind of look out for. Some subconsciously, some we actively look for, right? Because after a while, when you start to invest and you invest more and more, you kind of first want to, your first thing is to kind of understand what the company does, right? And understand how they make money. That's kind of the first, like the basic principle, and you build upon that, right? And all the other things will start coming from it. So I hope you guys found some value in this episode. If you did like it, please subscribe. We would love that. We would really appreciate that. And tell us what you think. If you like, you know, videos like this where we break down a lot of key topics and so on, I don't know, maybe we'll do more. Let
or
us
even
know
let
what
us
you'd
know if
like us.
there's anything else you guys would like us to talk about. Remember, we're on YouTube for the audio listeners. Leave a comment below. We'll look into it. Maybe, your idea could get featured. We'll big you up. So yeah.
For sure. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you for being our lovely listeners and being on this journey with us. Limitless, out.